unprepared. I'm completely unprepared. There's no way this is going to kick off well. That's okay. Nobody's here. Why don't you just, I don't know, if you're watching the VOD, I'll probably cut this out. But terrible things have gone wrong with my tech. So just sit tight. This all stuff is going to happen. Sit tight, nobody. Let me tinker away here and try to get things working. Making my own elevator music. Let me go tell people that I'm doing something live and it's going to be important. Boy, it's going to be riveting stuff. Let me tell you that much. They're launched on Twitter. Now the Twitter people know. Boy, once Twitter knows, great, cool, that bit's up. I think we're good now. I think that's all the tech that I needed to take care of. Let me just go tell Facebook what's up. Hey, there's one person. Say hello to the one person who joined. Say hello, and I'll say hello back to you. Hey, DJ Mach-V, it's like magic. Now, I'm looking over there. I don't usually look over there, but that's because I'm going to do something a little bit experimental and probably ill-advised. So what I've had to do, since I need to see more of my screen, is move the whole table. I've got this big monitor that I look at. So now you're over there. So if I want to talk to you, you're over there. So that's what's going on. Oh boy, disaster in the making this stream. 2 seconds now. Well, I'd like to tell the people at in the board game group on Facebook. Which one do I do? I do the one, but it's not that one. Yes, it's not Board Game Geek. No, they don't like it when I say things there. That's one of you know what? Forget. Oh, there it is. Hold on. Let me just let them know. So I just say like live now, and then I like. Hey, DJ Mach-V, how's it going? You know what is cool? When I was setting the countdown for this stream, I noticed that we're on February 27th. And if I know anything by the rhyme, 30 days has September. Itsy bitsy spider. I don't know the rest of it. But February short is what I know from that. It's 28 days, right? So we're on day 27 of day 28. And every single year that February rolls around, at least once a year, I say to myself, the whole goal is just to make it through February. Am I right? You just then that the rest of the year, you're going to survive it. It's going to be fine. We just passed, I think last Monday was Blue Monday, right? The most depressing day of the entire year. We just got to make it out of February, folks. We've almost done that. I'm very excited. Folk. Do you say folk when there's one person in chat? One moment here, I'm almost ready to go. There's my thumbnail. Good, live now, and we'll just post the Twitch address and we're ready to rumble. Cool. So what are we going to be doing? Wow! Oh my gosh! Oh my god! The riveting entertainment that I have lined up for you. You know, if I do stream on a weekend, it's not typically my most high effort event, but. Asmodee, which is an aggregator of board game publishers. It's one of these mergers and acquisition companies that goes and buys out a bunch of other companies and then sells itself and then doesn't sell it. You know what I mean? It's in a business kind of way, not a... Anyway, so they own a bunch of different board game publishers. I'm going to get in trouble with them, but they sent me this, which is Zombicide 2nd Edition. I have never played Zombicide any edition, and I don't know if you're like me, but it's funny, whenever I talk about... We have these two terms in board games, Eurogame and Ameritrash. A bit derogatory, but whenever I hear the term Ameritrash, this is the game that I'm thinking of. Whenever I talk about games, in this sort of milieu, and I talk about like vampire hookers, I'm talking about this game right here. This is the standard of for me. What comes to mind whenever anybody says Ameritrash? What's going on in chat? A few people more joined us. Yes. Hey, Softy Razor, good. Glad you could join us. Who else is here? Hey, Varys, good to see you. And the bot. So yeah, this is it. Let me just put it on the overhead camera and we can take a look. The other one, I'll mention this one in a second and what's going on with that. So, Zombicide 2nd Edition. Here's what we're looking at. It's very, very orange. I should have adjusted my colors beforehand, but yeah, it's going to be that kind of stream. It works. It's blood red. So what they've done is they have revised the rules so that they're a little bit fussy, because really when you're I think it's just a dice chucker. You're just walking around a map, chucking dice. If the dice come up certain numbers, you kill zombies. If not, you take damage, keep going until all the zombies are gone. That's the idea. I've only ever played 2 other zombie games in my life. One of them was Zombies! ! Which really wore out its welcome pretty quickly with me. I didn't find it had a lot of legs, and it was one of the earliest board games I ever bought. This is in the early, no, in the new, we need like an ADBC kind of thing for board games, you know, with designer board games, with new board games. I've owned Monopoly and Mousetrap and all that stuff, but it was one of the ones that I bought when I was, you know, my eyes were opened and the Catan enlightenment came upon me. And I didn't like it. And the other one that I played that has zombies in it is Dead of Winter, which I found out from when we did the reboxing a couple weeks ago that a lot of people were pretty tired of. So zombies, I don't know. They wear out their welcome, don't they? Those zombies with all the biting. But hopefully, I mean, people have said good things about this to me. They just did a Kickstarter. This was on it, and it sold like gangbusters because, you know, zombies, they're still popular. I'm going to crack it up and see what's going on. Hey, yo, Ron, glad to see you. Looking forward to the gameplay stream of this. Why? Is it funny? Is it fun? Have you played it? You know what? As long as we're all friends here, I'm just going to get this shot up and I'm just going to tweak it just a tiny little bit. Never do this. This is bad. This is bad form. But I'm just going to, I think your saturation is a little bit too ridiculous on this guy. Let's do something more like, does that look a little... Yeah, that's a little bit better. Okay, thank you for bearing with me on that. It drove me a little bit nuts. It changes every single time. Every single time you open OBS, it's like, you want your cameras to look like this, don't you? And you're like, no, not at all. That's nothing close to what I want. Great. Zombicide. Well, let's crack it open and see what's up. So, shut up. What I'm expecting is lots of minis and lots of dice. I brought up Asmodee, by the way, because they sent this to me for freezies, which was very, very kind of them. They've also... This is exciting. They've also commissioned me to do a bunch of gameplay videos for them this year, how to play videos for their new titles. And what's really exciting about that is some of them have not even been announced. So now, dear old Rai Rai has some insider knowledge of what's coming down the pike as far as board games go. Ooh, I'm one of the board game Illuminati now. This is dice chucking fun. Yeah, that's what I figured. There's ain't nothing. You know what I've always said? Ain't nothing wrong with fun. I've never once said that in my entire life, but now it's going to be my thing. They do my biopic, the film about my life. Ooh, here we go. Ta-da! Listen closely. Will we get one? I don't know. Oh! Box fartometer 0. I don't know if the box fartometer visual is working, but let's check it out. Probably not. Box fartometer 0. Go. It's not. But you can just picture it. It's a fancy high-tech device that measures, speaking of box farts, how much cancer do you think you're absorbing from opening new board games? I don't know if the smell of printed ink is at all a carcinogen, but it smells like that. It's kind of got to be, right? Like nature knows, your body knows. Tell me too, people in chat, how do you pronounce the name of the publisher of Zombicide? Do you say Simon or do you say come on? Or something else? Let me know. I'm interested to know. Great. You gotta get to play this for a deep thinking night. Well, you know what? That's fine because you might be like me, and a lot of people that you can rope into playing board games with you aren't necessarily into thinking. I like, as you'll see later in the stream, I really like solving logic puzzles and hunt puzzles. That's a specific type of, it's not a jigsaw puzzle, but it's a specific type of thing that involves code breaking. It's kind of maybe the kind of thing that you might find in an escape room, but sitting around a table. I used to be one of the game control people running Puzzled Pint in Toronto, which is an event where every month you'd go to a pub, and it was a secret location. You had to solve a puzzle to find out the location of the pub. And then you'd go there and you'd order beers and chicken wings or whatever. You sit down, we give you a package of puzzles, and you'd sit down there with your friends and you'd do all this code breaking and solve all these puzzles. And it was a super good time. I did that for 5 years in Toronto. And I thought, it didn't exist in Oshawa, where I live, an hour east of Toronto, because nothing cool happens here, except for me. I'm the only cool thing that ever happened to this town. But I thought, it might be fun. I'm going over to some friends' houses this weekend, back when that was a thing, and I thought, I'll bring some Puzzled Pint puzzles, and maybe they'd like to sit around and try to solve these together, and maybe they could have fun with that. So this happened a couple of times before I wised up and decided never to do it again. I sat my friends down and I put the puzzles in front of them, and the look on their face was like sniffing a turd. They're like, what's the matter? They're like, this is like Hallmark. why did you bring a Hallmark for us to complete? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I find it enjoyable. I like using my brain. I really like using my brain. That's strange but true. I mean, you wouldn't know it to look at me, but I find my brain gets itchy. It gets like atrophy. You know, when your muscles atrophy when you don't exercise enough. I do know that feeling very well. But it's like my brain, it likes to be exercised. It likes to work out. So I like doing these puzzles. And the sets of friends I put these pine puzzles in front of, they were not happy about it at all. So begrudgingly, I put the puzzles away. And I'm like, oh, what do you want to do? And apparently, it was just like sit around looking like this and be like, nah. How about the weather? That was their idea of a good time. I guess they wanted to just push back on a weekend. And whew, this, my gosh, back to this. This is heavy, Doc. This is a thick. They've revised the rules, but look at this. This is a pretty beefy. Oh my gosh! For just a dice chucky thing, this is. Oh, you know what's going on. I see what's happening. These are scenarios. So this isn't like the rules for the entire game. This is like if you're gonna play with the grindhouse scenario. We'll talk about grindhouse in a second because it's appropriate. Are we getting a... Oh, yes, I think we are. That's fine. That's fine. Exposure lock is not on. Alright. Everything's gorgeous, though. Look at this full color rules. How many pages in this rule book? My goodness. 66. I was working on a how to play commission project this week that really sapped my energy and patience, and that was a 68-page rule book. Hopefully this isn't like that. I feel Zombicide, says Oberon. I feel Zombicide is best with a group. It's a small party game. It's a blast to chat and have some drinks, roll some dice, and try not to get eaten by zombies. Well, doesn't that sound like fun Friday night? It does to me. Let's see what's inside. I don't even know how you're intended to... Oh, I see. So this is a whole box within a box situation. All the minis are going to be in there. So let's look at the boring stuff first. We have a whole pile of... Wow, holy cow. So a whole pile of cardboard, and only some of it is chits, and I suspect the rest of it will be map tiles that you place down. So zombies, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, was a similar, using my teeth like a zombie. God, brains, plastic, I don't know. So zombies with 3 exclamation marks was a similar thing. You had tiles. It was a much smaller game, though. The minis were much smaller than this, but it was the same deal. You had tiles, you placed them down, you explored room after room, and there were zombies, and they wanted to devour you. So first the chits, here's what they look like, is how many cards. It's only 2 things that you gotta punch out. A couple of them are police cards, that's kind of fun. This game is the total, like if you want to make money, you know, with a popular concept that you can just sell expansions to like crazy, zombies is it, man. So these are the tiles of the different locations that you can visit. There's an arcade. Look at me talking like I'm an authority on Zombicide. I'm not. If only you had an Exacto I can... Oh my gosh, I do, don't I? Yes, I shouldn't be using my teeth at all. Look at this crashed motorcycle. This reminds me a little bit of like a Mars Attacks diorama. Have you ever seen those? That the card, I guess, card art, the movie was based on. Mars Attacks. It was a collectible card series originally. Depicting a very gory, nasty, violent attack by Martians. I don't really go in for gore. The only time I can really handle gore is when it's couched in zombie-ness, because I think what bothers me, I don't tend to watch horror movies where people are getting eviscerated. I think evisceration is the thing that bothers me the most about gory stuff. But like Evil Dead, I can handle, because with zombies, they don't feel it. You know what I mean? You can cut their heads off and they'll be like, nah, now I don't have a head, or I don't know how they're talking without a head. But you know what I mean? Like, they're not screaming in pain. I don't really go for entertainment where people are screaming in pain. Here we go. This is the money shot right there. It's gonna... There. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, look. Oh, so many things. I don't know what to touch first. Oh. Let's say cards. Oh, there's a thick stack. I think if I were to guess at how many cards are in that deck, I would have to ballpark it and figure it's probably about 50,000? Something like that. Pretty thick stack, though. Look at this. Different effects and things that happen when you're chasing zombies around with chainsaws and whatnot. toss as the card. Place a walker in the zone, then discard this card. That's one thing that I liked about the Walking Dead, was that every single group they came across, you know, there's no mass communication anymore, so every single group they came across had a different name for the zombies. That was kind of fun. Walkers or lurchers or whatever. They were kind of stretching credibility by nobody called them zombies, I guess was the joke. So you got shotguns and you got sniper rifles and submachine guns and the Pimp Mobile. Of course, you got to have a Pimp Mobile in a zombie board game. Fun. Super fun. That's fun. It's vampire hookers. Ho! These are player boards, and these are player cards. Where did that knife go? So presumably you get your own character with your own stats. If you know all about Zombicide, just shout out if you're seeing differences between this copy and the first edition that you know and love, or if this is just, I don't know, is there any reason to own this if you already own the first edition? Does it add stuff? Does it change things significantly? I don't know. I did not do any research. I just basically pushed the button and right when I was starting the stream, I pushed start recording instead of start streaming, which is why the countdown was pretty short, and then I just as I was almost ready to hit it. It was like, you've been recording for 3 minutes. I'm like, whoa, my god, what's happening? Great. Amy is one of the people you can play. She has a sword and some stuffed animals. Doug, the disgruntled office worker who goes bonkers. Elle, looks like a kid with guns, and Josh, the angry punk teen with stressed jeans. Ned, that looks like a right Boro from The Walking Dead. Isn't there a Ned in The Walking Dead? Wanda is, I would assume, an airline hostess. Bunny G, no idea. Scary Mask. Lily, Lou, Odin. There's nobody over 25 in this. Where are all the olds? I don't feel represented in this game. Alrighty, maybe the disgruntled office worker. That's about as close as we're gonna get to me. Very not close at all. I love unboxing, says DJ YP. I have Zombicide Fantasy. Is that a game, or is that a DSM-5 condition? What is Zombicide Fantasy? Renew. What are we renewing? Oh, renew. You want me to remind about renewing subscriptions? Is that what you mean? For those of you, if you have an Amazon Prime account and you just adore top tier content like what I'm providing right now, you might know that Amazon gives you 1 free subscription to any Twitch channel of your choice. And if for some bizarre reason you happen to choose this one, all you gotta do is link your Amazon Prime account to the Amazon gaming account, and then when you come back to Twitch you can say subscribe, and they'll give you an option for a free subscription. And you go have a whole page on it. If you go to netsaroundthetable.com and click how to help, they'll tell you how to link your Prime gaming account and get that all going. So if you've already done that, you know how it goes, but your your free membership your free subscription has lapsed. It lapses every month. Every month you got to renew it. So here's your reminder: renew that subscription. It's fun. I get a portion of dollars, a certain portion that I guess I'm not allowed to say. I don't know why. The old's getting, the schlubby. What is this? I can't figure out where this haze of light is coming from. I tried to fix it off the top of the screen, but it's a stream. It's like I'm ascending into. Ooh, here, let's try turning this off. Will this help? Not really. I don't know what is happening. I'll try one thing. As long as we're all friends here, we're all just hanging out. Let me. I appreciate your grace and your patience. Let me try this. This might mess up absolutely everything, but let's see what happens. Oh, did that do anything? Nothing happened. Okay. I tried something. I did try. Great. We got little sliders so we can track our health with a little heart thing. Cool. Very cool. There's lots of them. How many players does this support? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. 6 players. That's fun and unusual. The all-important dice, the dice checker game. Some base rings that you can put around your minifigs. some pegs that you can put in these to mark your stats. Let's throw somebody in here just for an example. This is Tiger Sam that I'm playing. Wasn't that a character from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood? Tiger Sam? Oh, that was Daniel Tiger. So these are, I guess, you put the pegs in there and things happen. You put cards up here and this is equipment that you're holding. So Tiger Sam has a sawed-off shotgun, presumably, and that's good too. You know what? I've been doing a lot of 3D printing of board game inserts, and I find that, I mean, if I had one complaint about the free work people were doing for me designing these inserts that I don't contribute to at all, it's that when they cut slots into the things to hold cards, I just did the wingspan insert. They do them straight up and down, but these ones, look, this is what you get for your bucks with Zombicide. They're slightly leaning back, which is what you want. You don't want it completely vertical, and you can't see things that well. Beautiful, well done, good work. And of course, typical of a Simon game, so many minis. Oh my good gracious. So the orange ones are player characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 playable characters. And then different varieties of zombies. And I know that there was some controversy because one zombie style was called fatties. And they were big bloated zombies that were pretty tough. And it's like, hey, my culture is not your costume. But... second layer, and it's just, wow, I expected them all to be the same, the same mini mold for some reason, but they're not. Look at this. These are all, it's probably hard to see in the shop, but these ones are all the same, these ones are all the same, these ones are all the same, but you get like a few columns of different looking zombies. Didn't expect it. Oh, there's the fatties. There we go. I assume it's one of these rotund little zombies. Some delicate stuff going on with these minis. Holy cow! Wow, look at that. Did I get the? I don't even know. This might look ugly because I didn't. It's going to shock you. I didn't test the close-up cam over here, but let's see. Look, it's Ryan's camp from Arnak. That doesn't do anything for it. We're not going to go to that camera shot ever again. Okay. Some of them are out of place. I don't know. Definitely not a great game if you want your 3-year-old to play with you, because some of these things are a little bit delicate. But don't they all look infinitely paintable if you're into painting? Oh my goodness. Don't they ever. This dude has a little like "Repent for the End is Nigh" sandwich board sign on him. He's cool. Apocalyptic zombie. Very cool. Alright, let me read. Sorry, I'm just catching up with you now. Fantasy has zombie wolves and crocs and such. Cool. And magic, well, why not? Modern has machine guns and such. So I assume this is like... Is modern the name of an expansion, or is this like the modern? Big changes to the targeting rules between first and second editions. The 3 standing cards are backpack. Oh, in the player screens. Cool. And this, this is helpful for that. Every game needs this that has a big tray full of minis. Look, they've got a legend for how to put everything back in the box. Isn't that considerate? Please, all publishers do that. Please. Behold. Good idea. Where's your mic pointed at, Ryan? You might not be able to hear me because the box lid has been covering my... Can you hear me a little bit better with the box closed? It's awesome that they have a pick inside the box showing the order. Yes, exactly. It seems like we noticed it right at the same time. Let me put this back. So that's what you get in the box. Pretty cool stuff. And then as long as we're talking about expansions, I might as well throw this on the table. This is weird, man. But look at this. This is the Danny Trejo Badass Survivor and Zombie set. So they licensed the likeness of Danny Trejo, famous grindhouse cinema film actor Danny Trejo. He's been in other stuff too. You guys know Danny Trejo? I know Danny Trejo. Danny Trejo was that's his signature right across the front. He was a criminal. He was a drug dealer and a genuine, in real life, badass mofo who was addicted to heroin. And he was in and out of the juvie detention centers when he was a kid. He's from California. And he was a real, like, honest to goodness bad dude. And then he had the fortune of... He found Jesus in prison. And I don't know if he found Jesus. He found religion in prison. And he got clean, doesn't do heroin anymore. And he had the extreme fortune of being the second cousin of Robert Rodriguez, who you know from movies like Desperados, which Danny Trejo was in, and the Spy Kids movies. I think Danny Trejo was in at least one of them. So yeah, then he, he started getting roles in movies, and people love the guy because he looks the part. It's interesting. I was reading up on him, and he said that he thinks it's because of the way he looks that he got into a lot of trouble, because he looks like a really tough dude, so people expected him to be a really tough dude. Which brings up a really fascinating experiment. Have I told you guys about this experiment yet? This is wild stuff. Wild stuff. They did this experiment where they would sit people down and they'd show them a slideshow of strangers' faces. And then they would give them, like, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire style. They'd give them 4 names and they'd say, pick which name you think this person had. What is the name of this person? I'm making it way more complicated than it needs to be. What's this person's name? Here are 4 options. So they pick one and they go through this whole deck of slides. And this is wild. The accuracy with which people were able to predict the person's name on the slideshow was significantly higher than chance, which means that more times than randomly, people guessed right what people's names were. So then scientists are like, what does that mean? And their theory, and this is bizarre, their theory is that people's faces change according to the expectations society places on them due to their first names. Isn't that wild? So like a Chuck looks like a Chuck, and a Betty Sue looks like a Betty Sue, whatever that looks like, I don't know. Isn't that crazy weird? So yeah, Danny Trejo is like, I look like this big gangbanger dude, so people expect me to be a gangbanger, and he was. Cool. He's a cool dude. I think he's neat. He was in Breaking Bad too, if you remember the scene with the tortoise. If you've seen Breaking Bad. That makes me want to own Zombicide. What, the Danny Trejo thing? So Danny Trejo has got a couple of cards. I'll crack these open. And he also comes with 3 minis. They are, one of them is the orange one, so you can play as Danny Trejo. And look, he's got his signature machetes in his hand. One of his famous characters, I think that he created actually, and then Robert Rodriguez made a movie out of it. And Quentin Tarantino, I think, was involved. That was when they were making, he was in all 3 From Dusk Till Dawn movies. Anyway, he played this character Machete. This guy runs around with 2 machetes killing things. And there he is. Machete. And then you've got 2 versions of Danny Trejo as a zombie. Here's one, and then you've got the really scary, like, oh crap, we're gonna need more dice Danny Trejo, which is really cool because the fig has like knives all sticking in his back and stuff. Like, he's unstoppable. Wah! That's neat. Sure, why not? What's in this deck of cards? Monkey Unit says, wasn't Machete first just a trailer for... Oh yeah, you're right. I think you're right. So yeah, they did. They wanted to do drive-in style grindhouse movies. Quentin Tarantino, Robert Rodriguez, and they did like joke trailers. And one of them, what was the Thanksgiving horror one that they did? I forget what that one was, but I think they made that. Did they make? No, they made Machete though. So yeah, it was a joke trailer, and then people were like, "Well, where's the actual movie?" And they're like, "Okay, here you go." That has to be the coolest mini. That's a pretty good mini. That's pretty good. I'm not generally a guy who goes in for minis like bonkers, but I appreciate excellent sculpts, and that's very, very good. I got good people working on it. So there's your 3 Trejo cards. Trejo Rush. Do one of the following. They call the big guy the Trebomination. That's pretty funny. And the little guy is the Trejo Walker. What does he get to do? Maybe this will mean something to you if you know the game. So the Trebomination is on the board, 1 extra activation. If Trejo Walker's on the board, he turns into a Trebomination. If there's no Trebomination or Trejo Walker, then spawn a Trejo Walker and then activate it. Maybe that means something to you having played, but doesn't mean anything to me. What's missing? Where's his? There's his character board. There it is, right there. His abilities are +1 action, barbarian, bloodlust, melee, 1 free combat action, +1 to a dice roll, and shove. Fun. Fun. Good family fun. Violent zombie murder games. So I have one more that I wanted to take a look at with you. And thank you, by the way. Thank you to Asmodee. I will be playing that eventually, but like you say, Oberon, I want to get people together. That's not something that you want to play like by yourself. That's dice rolling, by the way, that gesture. It's not something you want to play by yourself on a lonely Friday night. You want to get folks together. Maybe the folks who can want to turn their brains off and don't want to do pint puzzles would enjoy Zombicide. Cool. How we doing? Everybody good? Everybody good for another one? All right, here we go. Oh boy. This, very rarely do I buy a game that I want to play. It's usually, it's a little bit sad. Whenever you try to make a living out of something that you enjoy, as I have done with board games, you kind of like, eventually, and I'm at that point now, it kind of becomes a job to you. And the fun is sucked out of it a little bit. So when I go to the game store, I feel like I can't buy a game unless I can second guess like, oh, this is going to get like enough views to justify the price of it or not. Oh, I just noticed. Wow. So this game, Carnival of Monsters, I saw it on the board game shelf and I really wanted it because the cover art I think is a little bit rubbish, but in the back it has cool looking monster cards in it, and I like monsters, and so why wouldn't you spend money on something you like? So I've had it on my wish list for years, and it was on wish list for like a year and a half before I even noticed the credit, Richard Garfield. Richard Garfield is the designer of a little game you might have heard of called Magic the Gathering. One of the most, or probably the most popular collectible card game on the planet. But it's interesting. I remember being at the board game store one time and overhearing, this is at 401 Games in Toronto, overhearing one of their sales associates saying to a customer, and I didn't know this at the time, but he said, like, don't follow themes, don't follow mechanics, follow the designers. So if you like a game by a certain designer, look for a game that's designed by the same person, because you'll tend to like it, because that's where you should spend your money and ally. It's not true in Richard Garfield's case. If you like Magic the Gathering, then you pull out a game like I did, like Greedy Goblins, which was also designed by Richard Garfield. I didn't like it. It wasn't very good at all. It was kind of like supposed to be like a reverse Hungry Hippos. You know Hungry Hippos, the old Hasbro thing where you're pushing plungers and mechanical plastic hippopotamuses were eating white marbles, and it's just, you smash that button until there are no marbles, and then you count up how many marbles, and it's like, yay, did I have 2 minutes of fun? I'm not too sure. That's Hungry Hippos. With Greedy Goblins, I'm getting parched here, criticizing Hungry Hippos. Where's my water? Uh-oh, now we're in trouble. Ill-prepared the stream. Where have I put it? Oh, no. Oh, dear. The blazing hot lights are drying me out. I'll keep talking, but I'll go slower. So Greedy Goblins was kind of supposed to be like a Hungry Hippos thing, where instead of taking stuff from the middle, you were towards yourself, you were putting stuff towards everyone else. So it's almost like you were like feeding the hippos, but it didn't work. It was real time for one thing, and I've learned that I don't like real time games at all. But it didn't work for the same reason that another real time game I don't like at all, Escape Curse of the Temple, wasn't good. It's because people just do whatever, right? And you can't rules police anyone, and people could be breaking rules left and right, and it doesn't matter, and you're never going to catch it, and who cares? So as soon as you're playing games and it's like, who cares about the rules? Why are you even playing a game? Just go have a nap. There's no point. The rules are the point of a game. Damn it. Go get water. Thank you, DJ Muffy. I appreciate that. Give me one moment, and I will. I'll get myself right. You don't want to listen to me if I run out of water. Hang on. It was nearby and it was loaded with delicious ice. One of the best purchases I made in recent memory was of an ice machine. That's so much better. Have you tried this stuff, this water stuff? As usual, every night's around the table stream is brought to you by water. Delicious, crisp water. Made even better. I used to drink a Dr. Pepper every single day for lunch. And I thought, well, that'll kill me fast. So I thought, I'll just drink water, but I can't stand, like the ice situation was no good in our house. Nobody remembered to fill the ice tray, and then somebody would use all the, anyway, it's terrible. So we bought an ice machine, so now, all day long, it's just cranking out ice like the fires of Isengard. That's a weird metaphor because ice is not fiery. Anyway, whatever, I got ice all the time. Here's the deal. I went to Meeple Mart in Toronto, and I noticed that this was in the ding and dent section. But just like the copy of Maracaibo I got, I didn't see any dings or dents, and I got it for a sweet, sweet price. What did I pay for this? Look at this, $27.95 Canuck bucks. I like it. What does it retail for? Higher than that, usually. And there was not a scratch on it. And not until I got it on the table right this minute did I notice, oh my God, look at this entire huge gouge out of the box. I didn't even see that. I didn't even see that. But you know what? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's fine. We all turn to dust anyway. Carnival of Monsters by Richard Garfield. I picked this up because it originally interested me. Just shut up and open it, shouldn't I? It originally interested me, and I'm planning on, I thought this was going to be in February, but I'm planning on doing a showcase of Alexander Pfister, another designer who did stuff like Oh My Goods, and I just said Maracaibo, Great Western Trail, a bunch of other games. He, interestingly, designed, Alexander Pfister did, the spiritual successor to Carnival of Monsters, which is called Monster Expedition, which is also in shrink right now, but the reason that I'm not opening it is because I want to save it. I want to save any Alexander Pfister related content I could possibly do for Pfisterfest later on in the year. But I just heard from Asmodee they're going to be sending me a copy of Great Western Trail 2 and a couple of Alexander Pfister's other games just to fill up my library. And Great Western Trail 2 is going to take a little bit longer to arrive, so we got to wait a little while longer for Pfisterfest. I hope you're excited like I am. He turned down an interview. Box Fartometer is 0. Alexander Pfister said no to an interview because he said he was uncomfortable speaking in English. And I thought, well, that's a big drag. But I just had the most exciting shower thought right before this stream. I thought, if it's going to be oh boy, I make myself laugh. Shameful. If it's going to be a few months before we can do Pfisterfest, what if I hit Duolingo really, really, really hard, and I learned just enough German to be able to interview Alexander Pfister in his native tongue for that event? Wouldn't that be something? Maybe. I don't know. Nice, says Soften Eraser. All right. The sponsor will be angry. Yeah, the sponsor will be angry if I die of dehydration on the stream. This is not sponsored by Asmodee, by the way. I spent my own Canuck bucks on it. Carnival of Monsters. It's funny, when I showed this game to my friend Jess, who's not into board games, so I don't even know why I pulled it out of the bag. Look at the rule book. Look, it has a big old... It was stuck. You ever have that? It's stuck like that. Poorly packed. Ugh, no good. Anyway, I pulled this out of the bag and Jess is like, ooh, that artwork. Ooh, that's not very good at all. I'm like, screw you, Jess. Nobody asked you. She's right, though. It's not very good artwork on the cover. It's not great. Hopefully I said I'm in it for the monsters. The monsters are going to be better. I hope. I desperately... This is monsterless. Cool. Hold on. We'll get into that. How long is the rule book? It is 11 pages. Great. The spiritual successor, Monster Expedition, designed by Alexander Pfister. Oh, thank you so much, Benita K. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. The spiritual successor, Monster Expedition, designed by, who did I say? Alexander Pfister. Only costs... It was like $20, and it was reduced to like $14 at 401 Games. So I thought, oh man, what's wrong? What's wrong with it? So when I brought it to the front at 401 Games in Toronto, I said, I would like a copy of Monster Expedition, please. And then the salesperson said something like, just the one, or something like that, or did you find everything else you need? And I said flippantly, oh no, I'd like 4 other copies of Monster Expedition, please. And his face just like lit up, and he's like, great. I mean, we got them, and I was like, uh-oh, what am I getting into with this game? Maybe it didn't sell well. Maybe there's a stack of them in the basement. I don't know. I don't know. Have you played Monster Expedition? Maybe it's a dog. I'm not sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll find out during Fister Fest, but not until then. These are player boards. I can tell. Looks like we support up to 5 players. Whoa! Oh my God! What the heck is going on? Sounds like there's a raid. Benita is raiding with a party of 42! Oh my God, did I read that correctly? My failing aging eyes. Welcome everybody. I must have read that incorrectly. It's not 42. 42, my goodness, Benita, thank you so much. We have not met. Welcome everybody to the Knights Around a Table stream. My name is Ryan. Yeah, this is kind of like a let your hair down, sort of hang out, gab, talk about things, open board games, and then after this, I'm going to be teaching how to solve a Cryptic Crossword puzzle, which has nothing to do with board games. But if you've ever wanted to slay that beast, I will help you through it, because I just learned recently, pre-COVID times, how to do it. Monster Expedition, designed by Richard Garfield of Magic the Gathering fame. Here we are. I'm just hoping that the monster cards... Whew! Thank you for the follow, Razorwind666. Appreciate it. Your name is apropos, for we're dealing with nasty evil monsters. Here's the main board, and it doesn't... It's not looking like it wants to quite relax into the table. Whew. Okay, what have I got myself into? Oh, eventually it'll... I mean, do you have a... Is there such thing as a cardboard iron? I don't know. Maybe some heavy books, but then will it... It's like a pop-o-matic bubble, this thing. My word. Bunch of different tokens. They don't look too bad. I don't mind the illustration on those. Money tokens, box tokens. So this was like a concept that I actually had for a board game that I thought was kind of a neat idea where... Do you remember in the remake of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the one with Johnny Depp playing Willy Wonka, where there was just a really quick segment of him sourcing ingredients, and he had to, like, you know, machete themed stream today, by the way. He just missed the Danny Trejo stuff. But he had to machete his way through a jungle in deepest, darkest Africa in order to source ingredients for candy or something like that. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool if you had a game that was about going away? It was like a zoo game. You had to build I think my concept was crypto zoo. So you have to like go scouring the globe for all these legendary monsters to put them in your zoo. I thought that would be neat, and I think that's what this is, which is why it appealed to me. So we have some DJs, some dice right there that have blank faces, double cage faces, and single cage faces. So there's definitely going to be an element of chance. And now, hopefully the main event, hopefully the artwork won't let me down on these. These are the monster cards. Or Carnival of Monsters. Anyone played this, by the way? I just ordered Arnak and Dune expansions, finally available over here. Where's over here, Monkey Unit? Are you across the pond? Are you in the UK? Nice. This is Carnival of Monsters. This is Carnival of Monsters. Bladio 22. I have played this. It's fun, Blackwing Bird says. What's fun about a Blackwing Bird? Sell me on it. I've already purchased it. I paid 27 Canuck bucks for it, but tell me, just reassure me so I don't have, like, you know, buyer's remorse. Let me take a look at these monsters that we're collecting here. That one's a scary looking griffin sort of... Oh, it is a griffin. It says right at the top. Derp, Quetzalcoatl, the legendary feathered snake bird from Mesoamerican lore. The wormling. Wormlings are what? Is that a British monster? A Welsh monster? They look cool. These are cool monsters. A carnivorous fungus, a basilisk, love it. A batwolf. Basilisk is a weird creature because it's either like a crazy, scary snake or it's like a chicken. Am I getting that right? Is that the right monster? It's either like a scary snake or it's like a chicken with a serpent tail. I know which one I'd rather fight. It's the chicken. Great. Bat wolf, and a mud spider, and a gray worm. Yeah, these are cool. Cave troll, why not? I like the artwork on the monsters. Not so much the front of the box, but it's like the artist knows how to draw critters. Maybe not people, but critters. Because like here's one of the people, and he kind of looks like a critter. It's just, I don't know. Back to the drawing board on that figure drawing artist. Sorry about that, but this kind of got a bit of a cartoony style, a little bit stylized. It's not terrible. It's not terrible, but I like the creatures more than the people. That's for sure. Cool. Neat. I presume those are cages that we're capturing monsters in. Let's see, back to chat. It takes some of the elements of Magic the Gathering, really, and simplifies it into more of a multiplayer arena game. Fascinating. You know what? Honestly, I didn't expect it to have anything to do with Magic the Gathering. I was just mentioning Richard Garfield's other game that I owned, Greedy Goblins. One of the very few games, I tend to just hoard like a mentally ill person on the Home and Garden channel, and don't get rid of my board games at all. But that was one of the very few, that and like Munchkin I got rid of. Could not wait to get rid of Munchkin. But yeah, some games I bounced out of my collection, and Greedy Goblins, I was just like, there's no way this is ever getting any more play. No more time for me. I didn't like it at all. Cool. These are locations, I guess, that we are visiting in order to get the monsters into our menageries. Got some caves, and there are some dark lands. That's where monsters like to live. Darklands, Dreamlands. Some monsters do also like Dreamlands. Enchanted Forest Path. Really nice. Cockatrice is the chicken thing. Monkey Rule says, I agree it is. But isn't it also Basilisk? Well, look up. Go to Google image search for me and look up Basilisk, because I'm pretty sure there are multiple versions of the Basilisk. And one of them is a chicken with a snake tail. I think. Uh-oh. I'm going to look like a fool for not knowing my cryptozoology. You fool, Creighton. We can talk about board games for a little bit. I had something else very shoddily prepared. Look, he's busting out the keyboard. This is going to go very poorly. I've been doing Cryptic Crosswords lately. They have nothing to do with board games, but I thought that there would be overlap between people who enjoyed puzzles and people who enjoyed board games. I might be wrong about that. On certain of my streams, I've introduced puzzles and rebuses, and I don't know if they go over that well. I don't know. You might not know, especially if you're new to the Knights Around the Table stream, that I'm a game developer by trade. I have been for 22 years now. I've developed games and more lately in my career, puzzles. I used to own an escape room in Toronto, and I worked for a company called the Mysterious Package Company that sent around spooky things in the mail to people. It was like a gift present service, and there are a bunch of imitators that have cropped up since they did very well with that. And I designed, I ran Puzzled Pint for 5 years in Toronto, all kinds of puzzle stuff. I'm designing puzzles right now, and video games as well. I'm designing a virtual reality game for the Oculus Quest 2 right now. Games. So I think it's all in the same kind of like wheelhouse area, isn't it? Puzzles and stuff. This is going to go very poorly. All right, let me switch to this. Okay. According to Merriam-Webster, cockatrice is a synonym for basilisk. Oh, yes. Phew. I get to hang on to my my coveted cryptozoologist nerd cred. Thank God for that. Because I wouldn't have been able to show my face on stream again if I had gotten that wrong. Great. Did I miss anything? I'm sorry. Let me scroll a little bit back. Okay, we're good. We're caught up. All right. Here's the idea. I don't know. Will this work at all? Let's see. Okay. Yes. Oh. Let me just reframe that a little bit because it's going to bug me. Oh, it's not reframing properly. Wait, I know why. It's because of that. Look, that's beautiful. Here we are in, let me scroll up to the top here. Lovitz. We're at Lovitz, a website called Lovitz, and they've got crossword puzzles for us to solve. And I'm not above cheating on these ones. I was going to do a whole stream called Ryan Cheats at Crossword Puzzles. I was going to do American style crossword puzzles. Let's talk about crossword puzzles just for a little bit. And I'm waiting to see that viewer count just plummet from what it's at now to like zilcho people. Fine, that's cool. I can deal with it. Crossword puzzles. Do you do crossword puzzles? Here's some people who don't like crossword puzzles. They say, the word. I never heard of these words, and I have to assure them that when you do crossword puzzles enough, there are only a certain number of words in the English language that have enough vowels and vowels in the right place to work very well in crossword puzzle fill. So what you get is difficulty curve, like it was really, really hard, and the crossword puzzles just kind of get easier the more you do them, because you're like, oh, that word has to be odor, O-D-O-R, because it's got those two O's, and it's in this position in the puzzle, and there's certain words that like only show up in crossword puzzles. Here, I'll give you a clue. Giant mythical bird. And if you do crossword puzzles, you know exactly what that answer was. In real life, nobody knows what that thing is called unless they were watching old like Sinbad movies or whatever. Not the black stand-up comic guy, but the the guy with the scimitars. Sinbad and the boy, you know what I'm talking. The sailor, Sinbad the sailor. Boy, this is gonna go. Just watching that view count plummet. Who knows it? Who knows it? I'm looking for. This is some scratching the chin here. Watching the viewer count plummet is a streamer's favorite pastime. Ain't it though? Ain't it though? So does anybody know if that was the clue? It was a 3-letter word for an ancient, what did I say? Giant, ancient, winged bird of legend. Does anyone know what the answer is? If you do enough crossword puzzles, you know what the answer is, because that one shows up all the time. Now, not all crossword puzzles are created equal. There are American-style crossword puzzles, and the way that they work is that they give you... There's only a couple of different types of questions or clues. They'll give you... The most common is synonyms. So they'll say a word, and you have to find a synonym for that word and stick it in the crossword, and it fits, and you're good. So pretty simple. Another one, sometimes they'll do fill in the blanks. So they'll be like, get blank behind me, Satan. You'll be like, the answer is the... I don't know why that was the first example that popped in my head. And then the third kind of clue they'll do in an American-style crossword puzzle very occasionally is they'll put a question mark at the end, and that indicates that they're doing something cheeky with wordplay. And that's kind of all you get in an American-style crossword puzzle. Now, there's a different style of crossword puzzle called a British-style crossword puzzle or a cryptic crossword puzzle. And that gets wild and woolly. So with the British-style crossword puzzle, the clues for the stuff that you're supposed to put in the crossword puzzle are like actual like word puzzles. They're like decrypty, decodey things. They use wordplay all the time. You have to anagram things. That's where you mix up letters to get answers. You have to do that all the time. They're like puzzles within puzzles, which is really cool. I love that. That's great. I love the idea of it, but I have long hated cryptic crossword puzzles all my life. I've been doing like American style crossword puzzles, and I couldn't stand cryptic crossword puzzles because if you don't know what's going on, and why would you if you're new to them, you look at the clue and you're like, what the hell? What does that mean? What are they talking about? Let me catch up. Rock, yes, you're right, Blackwing Bird. It's rock. That's the ancient winged bird of legend that's in crossword puzzles all the time. Ali is another one, away from the wind, A-L-E-E. Oh, fencing sword, 4 letters. That's one that you'll get in American crosswords. Anyway, I have long despised cryptic crosswords, but like with any hobby, I think that there's some like level up or holy grail moments that you can reach. So if you're into hunting, I would imagine, I'm not, but I imagine that one of them is like, oh, I want to bag an elk with a full rack of antlers. And that would be like, yeah, I'm a hunter. And then maybe you shoot and kill more elks with full racks later on in your life, but getting that first one, yes. So, I mean, if you're a quilter, maybe there's a certain stitch you want to get in a full quilt. You're like, yeah, I did a full quilt and it's got this crazy complicated stitch. Yeah, I'm the best. So for me, it was completing a cryptic crossword. All I wanted just once in my life was to solve one. And I read, there were books that you could read, and I own a couple of them that teach you how to do cryptic crossword puzzles. So a couple of years ago, I sat down and I thought, I'm going to crack this nut. I'm going to read all the instructions and figure them out, and I'm going to sit down, and even on easy level, I'm going to finish my first cryptic crossword puzzle. And I failed miserably. And I was only able to make any headway at all because I watched somebody on a YouTube stream do it. And when I actually watched him and I heard him speak and parse out and puzzle out the elements and the clues, I was like, oh. So I'd like to do that for you right now. If you're at all interested in cryptic crossword puzzles, let's do this together. And by together, I mean, ye gads. By together, I mean, let me do it. And then don't tell me answers, because I want to try to figure it out myself. Why is this not working now? It was just 2 seconds ago. Hold on. Give me a moment. Yes. Play. Play. And look, 1 second. All right. Yeah, so don't spoil anything. But I'll teach you how these puzzles go if you don't know. And if you do know and you're an expert at cryptic crossword puzzles, then you can participate in helping me solve some of them. So the first little bit is just going to be me skipping around from clue to clue to clue. I might not solve a bunch, but I just want to get the lay of the land in here, and I'll explain to you how these puzzles work. Let me take a little bit of a drink. Scrumptious water. By the way, if you're just joining us, our sponsor today is water. As usual, we earn no money. It's the sponsorship is as free as water is. Great. So cryptic crossword puzzle clues have generally, there's a few different styles of them, but they generally have two components. Poppy's is sponsored by coffee. Fantastic. I bet you had to pay them for that sponsorship though. They have two components of them. There is the one component is just the definition, which is just like an American style crossword puzzle, where it gives you hints as to like a synonym that you're supposed to put in the fill. And the other one tells you how to arrive at the answer, and that's the bit that involves some sort of like de-scrambling, like anagramming or wordplay or punny stuff or whatever. So I'll give you an example. So guest puts in visor. And it tells you how many letters this one doesn't actually. Sometimes when it's 2 words, it'll tell you it's 2 words, and you can see the first word's 8 letters and the second one is 7 letters. No spoils. Can't stand this water. It's wet and splashing irks. I know. Who said Popman? You're absolutely right. And the solution to that is just stop drinking water. It's a pretty easy one. You don't. Who wants to mess with water anyway? Oh, wait, who knows so DJ Mach V, who is British, by the way, and so we're going to be out-leagued entirely by DJ Mach V, already knows the answer to a few of them. Hold on, let me catch up. I'm just explaining things right. Just wait, I'll get there. So, for example, hold on, let me find one that I can solve, then I'll teach you how it goes. I can't believe, I teach you something that I don't know that well myself. Primed for position as bride's partner. Hold on, let me think. I shouldn't have done this on stream. I'm already telling this is a bad idea. My pet goes crazy over nothing. Okay. Yeah, okay, so I think I can do this. No, I can't. Wait, hold on. Okay, wait, let me find what I can do. So you get a thing called streamer brain when you're on a stream, where you're trying to entertain people, you're trying to see what people are saying in chat, and then you're trying to do something like play a complicated board game, and it's hard to hold everything in your head at the same time. I can already tell this is a terrible mistake, but let me stop talking and start thinking, so it might get a bit silent here. Read them along with me, why don't you? Good. Maybe a short one. Yeah, I should look at that. I've already looked at that one. I couldn't solve it. Hold on. Okay, great. Okay, I got one, guys. I got one. I got this one. Okay, so only half of Abyssinian goes into chasm. Okay, so the word that you are trying to find a synonym for is chasm. How do you know that? You kind of got to do it by feel. Listen to me acting like I'm a pro. So this is the wordplay part. Only half of Abyssinian goes into chasm. So half of Abyssinian is abyss. See, half of the word, and abyss is a synonym for chasm. So the answer to that one is definitely abyss. Oh my god, I got one now. Let's end the stream before I quit while I'm ahead. Okay. Poppy says take a look at 5 down. Okay, good. I will. I can't, my camera's blocking it. Okay, Dancer Kelly gets facial twitch and it's hereditary. Okay, let me see if I can do this. So Dancer Kelly would be Grace Kelly, I'm guessing. So Grace gets a facial twitch and it's hereditary. Hold on. Let me think. So hereditary, I think, is the word that we're trying to find a synonym for. Hereditary, Grace. Oh no, Gene Kelly, not Grace Kelly. Gene Kelly's the dancer. Grace. So Gene gets a facial twitch, which is a tick. So that would be Gene tick is genetic, which is a synonym for hereditary. Yes. Did Grace dance? No, she didn't. I got it totally wrong. It's Gene Kelly, not Grace Kelly. Okay, we're doing well here. Yeah, different Kelly. Thank you. All right. Large animals found in fox enclosures. So when you see found in, so there are different conventions. This is why I did this whole long rambling preamble to crossword puzzles. There are different conventions of cryptic crossword. The more you do them, the more you catch on to these commonly used words and phrases that indicate how you're supposed to do the wordplay. So found in means that there's going to be a couple of nonsense words, and you look at the letters within those words, and they give you the synonym for what you're trying to find. So large animals is what you're trying to find a synonym for, and then found in indicates what style of wordplay you're doing. So if you look at fox enclosure, and you look at these 4 letters here, oxen, O-X-E-N, see, oxen are large animals that are found in fox enclosure, right? So oxen, great. It's not as bad as I thought. Okay, whew, what's going on? Wow, this is eye-opening. Thank you, says Black Wing Bird. Yeah, isn't it like, I feel like, oh my gosh, I feel like it's like an Indiana Jones movie where I'm like just decoding those ancient cryptex whenever I solve a cryptic crossword puzzle. And I don't even have to solve the whole, I don't know if we'll solve the whole thing, but there's a hint feature, so we're doing pretty well here. Even use time on eye inflammation. I have a feeling that the answer is sty, but I don't know why. But one of the cool... Oh, yeah. No, I have a feeling it's sty. I was going to say, is it in here just like the oxen clue? I don't know why, but one of the neat things about cryptic crosswords is when you get the right answer, you're able to look at the clue and confirm that it's the right answer based on whether it works with the wordplay that they've described. This is a crap clue. Which one are we talking about? 12 is I can explain. Okay, hit it, DJ Mach-V. Tell us all about it. While you do that, I'm going to see if I can figure it out. Even use time. Eye inflammation. Oh, even letters? Is that the idea? Is that the idea? So even numbered letters in use time. So that's 1, that's not even. 2 is even. 3 isn't. 4 is even. So it is sty. Right? S-T-Y-E. Right? Yeah. Okay, got it. Yeah. Okay, cool. Hey. I count it as a win. It's there. It's cool. I got it. Okay. Nothing about a spike. So I think this is going to be a different style of clue called a double definition clue, which is where usually when the clue is like only 2 words or maybe 4 words, I might be wrong here because it uses the word about, and about usually means you're trying to arrange letters around other letters. I think. Maybe. So forget what I just said about double definition. But I'm thinking about spikes. There's Spike Lee. There's Spike Jones. Nothing is 0 or O, I'm guessing. Something about a spike. Nothing about a spike. No, nothing. Maybe What other spikes can I think of? Spike Lee, Spike Jones? About a spike. I don't know. We'll come back to it. Unless you figured it out. 5 across. 5 across. It's a big one. Okay. Making a woolen garment needs to include the French craft tools. Ay, ay, ay. Making a woolen garment, so knitting, needs to include the French craft tools. Is it just knitting needles? Is that the answer? Is that it? I don't quite know if that's it, why that's it. Five across, not 9. Oh, was that 9? I can't see, the numbers are too small. 5 across. Primed for position as bride's partner. So that would be groomed, right? Because when you're primed for position, you're groomed, and the groom is the bride's partner. Okay, I think, right? Tell me if I'm wrong. Okay. Tell the difference between CDs Aaron produced. So, produced, any word that is like mixed up, confused, I think produced might be one of them, indicates that you're going to do some sort of anagramming, I think. And the fodder for the anagram is going to be CDSERIN. I think 1, 2, 3. Well, this is one way you can do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right. So we're going to anagram these letters to define or to find a synonym for tell the difference between. So using those letters, we can say DISCE. Whoops. Yeah. ER. No. Thank you. ERN. Discern is to tell the difference between, and that uses all the letters in CD's Aaron. You see? That's cool. Okay, here we go. The explanation for the knitting one. Needs to include le, the in French. Oh my god. Okay, I got it. All right. Making one needs. So needs, the word needs includes the French. So the in French is le, and if le is included in the word needs, you get needles. Stupid crossword puzzles. As the viewer count just drops dramatically. All right, cool. Are we having fun? I'm having a little bit of fun. This isn't quite the Ryan cheats at crossword puzzles concept, but I've got chat helping me, so it is sort of cheating. But we're doing it together. Okay, vicar, which is like a British word for priest, I guess, or minister. Vicar Avango is too much for home on wheels. This is very British. I don't know why this is the answer, but let me just put it in and then figure it out. British home on wheels is called a caravan. So let's figure out why that's the answer. Oh, this is because caravan is in Vicar Avango. See, CARAVAN. Yeah? And when it says it is too much, that means there's too many letters in Vicar Avango, so you're only using some of the letters and you're using caravan. Yeah, cool. All right. Sir, sure, fair. All right. Can leave canaries as a star sign. So there's only 12 star signs, so I can like back solve this. Can leave canaries. Let me try to think of the star signs. What do you got? Virgo, Sagittarius is too many letters. Cancer, not is not gonna work. Pisces, no. This is the Taurus. No, it's not gonna be Taurus. Can leave canaries as a star sign. Oh, maybe it's like Leo is the shortest star sign I can think of. So you're putting Leo in with canaries. Canaries as a star sign. Can leave. Blackwing Bird says. Never know it as a British thing, but oh yeah, they're big in all the big newspapers. Yeah, I think New York Times. I think like New York Times. I think Toronto Star has a Cryptic Crossword puzzle. There's a clue in the sentence. Oh, are we just talking about these in general? Can leave, easy one. I'll come back to it. You know it. I'll come back to it. It's like, what is the word? The dramatic irony when the audience knows but the people on stage don't. Okay. Sort of vision that Superman would need to see through eggs, ray, or so we hear. So whenever you see, and this is very easy, 1 and 3, so it's a hyphenated thing with 1 letter and 3 letters. You can probably already figure it out. So whenever you see so we hear, or anything around hearing or listening, it's like a, what's that board game, Mad Gabs, where they give you a phrase phonetically and you have to say it until you figure out what the actual phrase is in English. So that's what's going on here. Eggs, ray is x-ray. That's pretty easy. Okay, what's this one? Hopefully this will be... So, 49 found in grain store. So that means found in, we're looking in grain store in these 2 words, I think, for the answer. I think inst, ains, maybe not, found in grain store. So, oh no, grain store is what we're trying to define, and the thing is found in so 49. Ofort, sofo, no, maybe not. Or for grain store. Grain store is a silo. So 49. Oh, I know why. Okay, so 49 in Roman numerals is L is 50, and then when you put the smaller number after the bigger number, it subtracts it. So 49 is Li, and if you put Li in so, then you get silo, which is a grain store. Whew. Oh. Working hard for the money here, folks. Yeah. All right, how we doing? It's basic, but it's a good starter to the language of cryptic crosswords. What is? What is this? This puzzle is basic. Damn you! It's a stretch to even call this cryptic. Uh-oh, we're getting the cryptic snobs are coming out of the woodwork. Whew. Where's your preferred cryptic? I just grabbed this. This was like the first hit in Google. Was this site? What's this site called? Lovitz. So Lovitz just came off Google. I didn't say that these were good cryptic crossword puzzles. Are you mad that I'm solving some? Is that why you're upset that I'm just not stumped by every single... Okay. Axe about 50 in manufacturing wheel shaft. So that's really easy too. So 50, again, like this puzzle, this clue down here, 50 in Roman numerals is L. And then the letters AXE, if you put them about or around L, you get axle, which is a wheel shaft. But silo is cool. Yeah, X-ray. Yeah, some of them, some of them do seem like normie muggle crossword clues, which we're not here for. We're here for the tricky stuff, for the clever things, right? Okay. Again, ruined by pointless speed round petroleum. Okay, so here's another convention. Certain words are keywords and you're supposed to use them as abbreviations. And speed, I believe, is always reduced to the letter S. So S, round petroleum, I'm thinking petroleum is gas. That's a British thing. Ruined by pointless, dull S gas, ruined. Am I on the right track? Pointless speed. Pointless is dull. Dull gas. I might be barking up the wrong tree here. Okay. Think about that, friends. Think about it. Does anybody in chat solve that one? Here's a double definition clue. When you've only got 2 words, it can't be anything less. These are sometimes fun if they're clever. So a double definition clue is where Both sides of the clue refer to a word, and it's like a synonym for both sides of the clue. So, but the question mark's going to throw it off, because the question mark indicates that there's some sort of punniness to it. Yeah, okay, so ordinary grassland, a synonym for ordinary is plain, and that's also a synonym for grassland. Yeah, nailed it. Okay, you got 13. Where's 13? 13 across? 13, that was 13. Yeah, I just got it too. Hooray, high five. High five, we're doing it. Okay. Did we look at this one yet? The 4-letter one? At top speed, baby goat will slide sideways. Oh, no problem. So again, speed is one of those keywords that you're supposed to shorten down to its first letter. So S. At top means that it's the first letter in the word that you're trying to find. And then a baby goat is a kid. So if you get S and kid, that's skid, which means to slide sideways. Yeah! Nailed it! All right. See. Okay. I shouldn't be too proud of myself. It's still gonna kick my butt. Okay, soften edge of billiard table. I think this seems like another Britishism where I have to know what British people call billiard tables. Oh wait. Soften is what we're trying to define. Edge of billiard table. It's not where you find the word in the two words, is it? Soften edge, no. I don't know. But it does have an I, and so does billiard table. I don't know. Maybe you got it. Pool table is fine. I don't know what you mean by that. Chance to take the left part of church. Again, left is another one of those words in Cryptic Crossword puzzles that you're supposed to shorten to the first letter. How do you know all of these? You don't. You just read a book like I did and then try. So left, any cardinal direction, northeast, southwest, you're supposed to shorten. Anytime it mentions an American, you're supposed to say US, and the letters US go into a word. So it's, stuff like that. Speed, a lot of times they'll use things from the periodic table of elements to get a couple of letters that you're supposed to put into words. Okay, chance to take the left, and part of a church. The part of a church is altar, or apse is another part of the church. Chance, that's what we're defining for sure. Chance. What's a chance? A chance is a risk. Chance is a chance to take the left. Oh, maybe I'm getting this wrong. So maybe we're defining part of church, and chance to take the left. So it's chance takes the letter L. So we're anagramming chance with a letter L in it. Is chancel a part of a church? CHANCLEL? I don't know my parts of churches that well. I know apse, and I just finished reading The Name of the Rose late last year, which was an awful book, by the way, but it described a bunch of church parts, and apse is the only one I came away with knowing. Chancel. Is that a thing? Because CHANCE would work here. I don't know. Let's go down here and see if it starts with an L. Notable word resource. After last caught by lariat like a lasso. Notable word resource would be like a dictionary, a thesaurus, a library. After last. Yeah, after last is lasso. Notable word resource. The English dictionary, is that what that is? Or the Oxford, the OED? Oh, the OED, the Oxford English Dictionary, and lass. So Oxford English Dictionary after lass is lassoed, lariat. Okay, got it. Okay, cool. Yep, thank you. Got it. Yeah. All right. So it does end in an L. So chancel, is that a thing? Is that a part of a church? I'm thinking it is. Let me know. Yes. I don't know if Poppy's saying yes to that or yes to something else. Tell me yes, chancel is part of a church. And I'll know Okay, here we go. Kings and queens. Take author's percentage fee. That's another double definition clue. So kings and queens are royalty, and so is the name of an author's fee. Yahoo. Yahoo. Should we tackle the huge one? What's the huge one? Okay, white vegetable, turnip, radish, cuts fears short of ending up with boxer's complaint. What's a boxer's complaint? A boxer's ear? A boxer's ear is like cauliflower ear. Oh yeah, cauliflower will fit for sure. That's a white vegetable. Cauliflower. I only know cauliflower ear. Is there a cauliflower something, some other part of the body that you get cauliflower or something on? Cauliflower ears? White vegetable cuts fears short. Yeah, if you cut fear short, you take the F off it and you're left with ears. Hey. I was a bit nervous about that one. It's pretty big. Let's see if we can do this one. They're getting easier, right, with other letters to hint stuff. My, taking in odes. So that means we're going to take the letters in odes and mix them up with letters in my. First time shows humility. First time, odes first. So whenever you see first or last, you're supposed to be taking the first letter or the last letter. So odes first would be the letter O. So Mayo. It's modesty. But I want to figure out why it's modesty. Let's see. So my, M-Y, taking in the full word odes. Oh, first time. So first it modifies time, not odes. So my taking in odes, and then first time. So the first letter of the word time, modesty. Got it? Cool. All right. Yeah. In German, there's another part you can get cauliflower at, but that's not nearly family-friendly territory. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, Podbench. Is that like, I can only guess. Start with an S. Great. Perform badly, but get into shape earlier. Perform badly. So badly means that we are anagramming the word perform, I'm guessing. Perform badly, but get into shape. I don't know. That one stumped me from the top. I'm going to skip it for a sec. Okay. Saw port destroyed in the period after hostilities ceased. So that's going to be something war. So saw port destroyed, which means we take the letters of saw port and we destroy them. We anagram them. So we already got the WAR. So the letters left over are POTS. Post-war, period after hostilities ceased. Post-war, cool. This one's huge. I didn't even notice this one. What's going on here? Okay, sort of drink served in a terrorist bar is explosive. Easy. With all those letters helping us. Molotov cocktail. No problem. What's this guy? That's a normal clue. Yeah, right? Oh yeah, can leave canaries as a star. I don't know. Some of you have solved that, I think, but I don't know what it is. Look, we've almost solved this entire thing. Here's a gigantic one. Maybe we should do this one first. Hold on. Okay. Guest puts it in visor. So if you put it in visor, hold on, how many letters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In visor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7. I don't know why the letter A is there. That's throwing me off. Okay, guest puts it in visor, so visitor. So the word it inside the word visor is visitor, and that means guest. Yeah! Score 1 for the old Rai. Almost done, guys, almost done. Give another title to wild men, comma, deer. Gave another title to wild men. So we know we're not anagramming wild men because it starts with a gave another title to is what we're defining. So it's renamed renamed, Well, wild means mixed up, and wild means anagrammed. So gave another title to wild, and then Mendier is what you're wilding. So are these too easy? Are you guys upset that I'm applauding myself for solving such easy clues? Okay, my pet. I couldn't do this before. My pet goes crazy over nothing. My pet goes crazy. So my pet, we're gonna anagram my pet, and it's gonna mean nothing. Which means it's empty. Empty. Yeah, did you get that one? Not upset. Enjoy. Okay, good. Around 100% knows 14 down, but is messing with us. Does he know 14 down? I'll have to check. I don't. I seriously don't. Hold on. It's streamer brain. Virgo is stuck in my head. Hold on. Virgo, Taurus. Can leave canaries. I know. Okay, yeah. Okay, good, I got it. Okay, can leave canaries. That means you take the word can out of the word canaries, and you get Aries, which is a star sign. Oh, that wasn't as hard as I thought. Okay, that's whew. So now I totally have to be able to get this one. Okay, perform badly, so we're anagramming perform, but get into shape earlier. Like, is it pre-form? That's kind of junk, but is that right? Pre-form, get into shape earlier? Yeah. I'm going to take a little drink over that one. All right. Kermit GIF. I can rig that one up for you. Kermit clapping. By the way, if you haven't tried, we're going to, as soon as we finish this crossword, we'll go raid somebody else, as I was so generously raided. When we raid, I've got a new animated GIF for you to enjoy. You can kick over furniture, so check that GIF out. I'm really excited about it. That's what we do when we raid people. We kick over their stuff. We're jerks. Okay, here we go. No, I don't want to touch that one yet. Let's go with a short one. Okay, nothing about a spike. Nothing about a spike. I don't know. Let's do this one. Did you guys figure that one out? I don't know it yet. Say thank you to a Maori for a famous London art gallery. Oh no, I don't know famous London art galleries. Is it? Oh no, and I don't know names for Maori people groups either. It's gonna be like, is it? I might totally need to phone it into the chat. Is it TT, TETE, or TITI, or Toto? Is it Toto? Wait. Hold on, maybe I can figure it out. Say thank you to the Maori. Maybe it has nothing to do with figuring out Maui people group names. Say thank you. TY. To the Maori. Famous London art gallery. How famous could it be if I've never heard of it? Is it TOTY? TY's thank you? I know the gallery, but I don't know the answer. Tell me the gallery, Blackwing Bird. I think I'm doomed on this one. What's the gallery called? Tate. Okay, well, let's figure it out. Say thank you to the Maori. Say thank you to the Maori. See, thank you I thought would be TY. To the Maori. I have heard of the Tate Gallery, by the way. Uncultured, I promise. Say thank you to the Maori. Is that thank you in their language? I don't understand what that is. I don't know. Maybe you can help me out. Oh, ta. Oh, it's so British. That's so British. Ta is thank you, of course, right? But what's to the Maori? I don't get the Maori bit. TE. I don't know. Tell me. I give up. Okay, monster answer. Okay. Lindbergh's pick-me-up from the Missouri City. Charles Lindbergh. Sorry about the fan noise. We don't turn the heat off in the middle of the winter because it's cold in Canada land. So Charles Lindbergh's pick-me-up from the Missouri City. $6,225. Something. Something. This is another regular clue. Yeah, it seems to be. Missouri. St. Paul's, Missouri. I don't know. Maybe I'll try to get this one of these two and then we'll figure it out. Sorry if you know that one and I'm driving you nuts. Oh no, soften edge of billiard table. Soften edge. To soften the edge of something is to not hone it, that's to sharpen it. Soften edge is to blunt or to soften edge. To blunt, to dull. Oh. Soften edge. Oh, wait. Soften edge of billiard. Oh, no, it's not taking letters off a billiard table. There's no C in that. Think pillow. Think pillow? Are we still talking about the... What are the edges of... Oh, they're called pockets. What are the edges of pool table called? Oh, the edges, I don't know. The corners are called pockets. The edges... I don't... Bumper? No. The corners are pockets. I don't know enough about billiard. Do you have to know billiard table anatomy to solve this? I'm doomed. More clues, please. What's going on? Yeah, please help. Poppy, thanks for asking. A way to soften a fall is to land on your keys. No, that's the opposite. They are called bumpers. I think I'm just going to have to, ask for the answer on that one. And I might know it when you say it. You put these on your sofa. I do. Oh, cushion. A softened edge of billiard table. Yeah, I guess. I don't like it, but I don't like it. Boo. Boo. This is fun solving these with people. You know what? I'm enjoying this. Took small bites of pen point drained. Took small bites. So that's nibbled. Oh, and that's clever. Okay, so drained is bled, and a pen point is a nib. Cool. I appreciate it. Ruined by pointless speed. Ruined by pointless speed around petroleum. This is the one I thought had gas in there somewhere. This one's cute, says Poppy. This one. Ruined by pointless speed. Does that mean we're taking P out of speed? Seed? Seed? Yeah, I got a blocker in my brain about this one. Ruined by pointless speed. Okay, here's the help I would like for this one. Tell me what we're trying to find a synonym for, if it's that kind of clue. Because I'm getting too stuck on petroleum means gas. Ethanol. Fuel. Synonym for ruined, okay. So it's not destroyed, razed, wrecked, undid, ruined. Oh, man. Oh, wait, there's a V and a K. There's no way I'm not going to get this. 6, which is V. Roman, oh no, that's VI, so VI. Oh, Vikings, come on now. Vikings. I didn't even read the rest of the clue. Yeah, Norseman. Okay, good. So back to this. Yeah. Synonym for ruined. And speed equals S. Okay, so I got that right before. S. Yeah, okay. Spoiled? Yeah, but why S and pointless speed? I don't quite get it. Round petroleum is oil. Pointless speed. Pointless, so that means we took the E out of speed, but why? No, it's not. It's not oiled. It's speed around. It's the word speed with the letter E removed for some reason, wrapped around the word oil. But why do we take E out of speed? Is it because this is another dumb thing that they do sometimes? Like the letter E is pointy. Is that why? Anybody know? Anybody figured out? Oh no! God, no! Pointless means compass point. Terrible. Oh, come on now. That's another thing. That's got to be a thing where, like, now, anytime I see the word pointless in a cryptic crossword, I'm going to know. I'm going to remember this moment. It's etched in there now. Groove in my plastic brain. All right. Oh, no, not this one. Nothing about a spike. Chat, have you solved this one? There are some groaners for sure. I guess that's kind of fun, right? Yeah, northeast, west, or south. Sure. Cool. Got it. This one, however, nothing about a spike. Is there something I'm missing here? Did you solve it already? You know what it is? You guys could be on this crossword puzzle. Just hit and reveal answer for all I know. I have no idea. I don't know this. Yeah, neither do I. Spike. Because it's like... Usually about means you put letters around another word, but there's not enough words in there to do that because... Would you like to know the because you solved the one going down, right? Well, let's see if I can join you and solve the one going down. Lindenberg's pick me up. Lindenberg's pick me up from the Missouri city. Is this because you know Missouri? Do I have to know the name of a Missouri city? Because Missouri. I don't know that I know. Oh, I said St. Paul before. That's Minnesota, not Missouri. So it's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is 2 words here. So this is of or on. That'll be a St. Louis. Something. So I see. Spirit of St. Louis. It was the name of Lindbergh's plane, right? Right? Tell me I'm right. Wow, we got 1 clue left. 1 clue left if we solve this whole thing. Nothing is nil. About and a spike is a nail. Oh my god. Did you get it? Did you get it right? Nothing is nil, N-I-L. And about it's wrapped nil around the letter A. And you get a synonym for spike, which is nail. Oh! Bang some pots, ladies and gentlemen. We did it. We solved it. We solved it. We did it together. We did it. Hold on. Back to the back to the crit. Look. Oh, man, something else. I don't know what the heck. I don't know. Get away from me, website. I don't know what you're up to. We did it. Was that your first time working through one of those? Maybe. I hope. Yeah. Bang those pots, Omelet. Thank you for the help. There was no way that I was going to make it through that on my own. Oh, chancel? Wow, and it's cool. We learned new words today, didn't we? We learned, and some sneaky Britishism in there that I should learn to watch out for in future. Thank you for joining me with this unboxing. If you're just tuning in, we unboxed the Danny Trejo expansion to Zombicide 2nd Edition. I'm not going to get the box; it's on the floor. And we also opened Monster Expedition, all of which I'm very excited to play through. DJ Mike V, if you remember the commands, or go to the website knightsaroundtable.com/commands, maybe you can queue up somebody for us to raid. You get channel points for raiding. What can you spend them on? Really exciting things in the future. Not right now, nothing right now, but in the future you're going to be able to spend them on great stuff. So while hopefully DJ Mach V is looking for somebody for us to raid, let me just tell you about a couple of things that I'm working on. A couple. That's absurd, because what's actually happened, this is a break for me, unbelievably, because usually it's, I shouldn't say usually it's pretty slow. I do all right. There's some stuff that goes on, but lately I've had commission requests out the wazoo for all kinds of publishers have been saying, hey, make a how to play for our game. Hey, we're going to be on Kickstarter. I'm like, great. I'll yes. So I said yes a whole pile of times. And then through this perfect storm of, we're delaying by a week, we're delaying by a month, blah, blah, blah. They're basically all due on the same day. So I have seven projects right now that I'm doing how to play videos for. Most of those will be on the Rahdo Runs Through channel. And hopefully you've been able to catch my stuff there. I have a partnership with Rahdo, as many of you know. And one of them is going to be on Knights Around the Table only. And if I can remember correctly, I will name these 7 projects that are coming up. First, but not least, Zombicide. The copy of Zombicide today was provided by Asmodee, and Asmodee, as I mentioned, has commissioned me to do a number of projects for them throughout the year. And the very first one is going to be Gathering of the Wicked, which, if you know Werewolf and its iteration Werewolves of Miller's Hollow, this is a Disney villain-themed Werewolves of Miller's Hollow. So instead of like the Oracle, it's like Maleficent, that's your special character card. So that's coming up first. Then Ryozan, which is a worker placement area control, area majority kind of thing that goes on a big round board that has a rotating palace. It's sort of Far East themed. There's kind of like ninjas and fighters and stuff going on in it, and it was neat. We played it a couple of weeks ago. We enjoyed it. It's cool, so look forward to that one. Gathering Gloom, which is a cooperative game where you play a family of monsters that just wants to do business, but the townspeople are super nosy. And so you kind of have to murder them, so not on the sly, but then they suspect you, and then they start stalking you. And it's one of the, how cooperative games go, where every single turn you're just trying to juggle all this bad stuff that's happening all over the board. So that's Gathering Gloom. Okay, so we're 3 in, we're 3 deep into the 7. The next one, I'm just trying to think of them in due date order. Next one, Darkest Doom, which is another one that's going to be getting a crowdfunding campaign, which is a big, quasi tabletop RPG style thing that's a little bit not quite like what's it called, Grimdark, but it is dark fantasy that might remind you a little bit of Secret of Nim. It's sort of anthropomorphic characters, and everything's dark. There's clouds and nastiness, and you are running around fighting monsters and completing quests and using gear and equipping your character and leveling up and doing all that kind of stuff. There's 4 different ways to win and 1 different way to lose, and just like Gathering Gloom and other cooperative games, it's co-opetitive, so you're not trying to cooperate, but there is stuff that the game tries to do to foil you, and maybe you can try to work together to minimize that just while you're trying to beat the other people up. And there's player killing too, if you like games that have more interaction and player killing. What is that? 4 out of 7. Wait, I can name the rest of them. Gathering Gloom, Darkest Doom. This is very confusing. And Gathering Gloom has a mode in it called Darkest Gloom, and then I'm doing Darkest Doom. I can keep it all sorted. It's fine. I won't go nuts. Cellulose, which is a game by Genius Games, where you are inside a plant cell and you're helping it absorb oxygen and photosynthesize and just keeping the plant alive and healthy. That's another competitive game, and it's worker placement, and it looks gorgeous. Wait till you see. I think that was a campaign that happened before, so they wanted a how to play video so that the people who are getting their game will have an easier time learning how to play the game. So that's coming out, and that'll be on Rahdo's channel. Dunhuang Pearl on the Silk Road is another worker placement game game from Jing Studios, a Chinese studio. Then they're doing an English version of the game for crowdfunding campaigns, and that is a worker placement game where you can soup up your characters by getting character cards from the middle of the board, and you're painting frescoes. It's all themed around the Magao caves in Dunhuang, where there are all these frescoes painted inside the caves. So you're painting frescoes, so it'll remind you a little bit of Lords of Waterdeep. You know how Lords of Waterdeep, you're building buildings and those become worker placement spots? So Dunhuang does that. So that's coming. Da-da-da-da-da. And then there's one more. Da-da-da-do-do-ba-do. I did well to get most of them out of my brain. Was that 7? Was that 6? I don't know. There's one more and I'm not going to be able to remember it. Do we have somebody queued up for rating? Let's look. Who have we got? Yes, we do. Who's Jamie BOTC? Tell me all about it. Let me look at chat here. Thank you for queuing that up, by the way. Fingers crossed I got that right. Yes, you did. It's ready. I can even look. I will hit the raid button, and just as we're doing the countdown, there we go. Everything, it's happening now. This is where we raid Jamie B. Tell me about Jamie BOTC. That's a new name to me, but I hope that hopefully you didn't queue up anybody who's taking their pants off or who's in a hot tub and sending jars of their water to people. Maybe one day we'll do that, but oh, Blood on the Clock Tower. Oh, okay, yeah, VOTC, Blood on the Clock Tower. Yeah, we were talking about Blood on the Clock Tower in the Discord server. By the way, if you haven't joined us on the Discord server, I hope that you will. This is what it looks like. That's the invite to it. We have a good time there. DJ Mock V, thank you very much for moderating for this stream. You'll see DJ Mock V and many others there who you can talk to. It's a great community. We enjoy hanging out together and playing games together. We play on Board Game Arena, so if you want to find people to play games with you on Board Game Arena, hop into the Discord server and go to the game scheduling channel. Meanwhile, if you really like the kind of thing that I do here, please consider supporting me on Patreon. Where is it? No, that's not it at all. That's the wrong one. Hold on. Patreon. Yeah, that's it. And a number of the people who hang out on the Discord server have wisely supported me on Patreon so that I can keep doing unmitigated nonsense like this. I'll be back with Cheryl on Tuesday to play a board game. We haven't quite figured out what that one is yet, but there are a couple of good contenders. And here we go. Raid starting 10, 9, 8, 7. Thank you very much for joining me. Let's go raid the other guys. And remember to kick over furniture when you get there. We'll see you on Tuesday.
Did you just watch that whole thing? Oh, hey, to 100% this video, click the badge to subscribe, and then click the bell to get notifications when I've got new stuff.